5:30, and so that means it is time for us to start our regular council meeting. With a roll call, please.
Commissioner Patton.
Here.
Commissioner Barwick.
Here. Commissioner
Webb.
Here.
Commissioner Steckland.
Here.
Mayor Absher.
Here. Allison, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As you guys will recall, we have embarked upon a program that Allison Hasler designed and is implementing on putting murals throughout the downtown area. And I want to distinguish for a moment, there are some that Josh Benson has done, which we are referring to as pop-ups, which kind of just happened as that sounds when we had the time and the venue for it. And then there are 10 total?
9 total.
9 total outside of those that Josh has worked on in this mural program. And so I'll let Allison speak to that, to your questions if you have them a little bit later, if you need to be reminded how that worked or what else we've got going. Most of those will continue to be done throughout August and hopefully be done by the end of September. Is that correct? And so the first 2 of those that were in that program are completed, and we have those 2 artists that conceptualized those murals and executed those murals here with us tonight. And so if Chris Kilman would join me up here and Maddie Dieters will join me, I would appreciate it. These certificates are simple and they're both identical, so I'm just going to read one, but they have your names in here. And they read, Certificate of Appreciation in grateful recognition of your outstanding talent and contribution to your community. You conceptualized and completed the public mural titled, in your case, Chris, Postcards from the Past, located at 211 North Market Street, and that is on this south face of Doug's Lock and Key. And if you haven't seen it, and particularly seen it up close, you should do so. It's got an incredible amount of detail. And Chris, I just want to tell you how, you know this, I've stopped by many, many times, both walking and in my car, and it's just been a joy to watch it go up. It's been a joy to watch you put it up because you've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I know you've told me the stories, just how many people have come up to you and what an experience that has been. I know you've done this for a long time, but we sure appreciate you doing it here and the great job you've done. So we've got a certificate for you and a little City of Marion challenge coin for you. So you can't cash that anywhere, but you should put that on a shelf someplace.
I will.
So thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
We appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Man, it fell off, huh? Maddie, yours already fell off. So, similar to Chris's certificate, Madeline's reads in grateful recognition of your outstanding talent and contribution to your community. Madeline Dieters conceptualized and completed the public mural titled A Slice of America, which is located at 1207 Tower Square Plaza in Marion, Illinois, and that is on the north face of what is the old City Hall downtown, which is now Tower Square Pizza. And may I tell how old you are? I know that that's not sometimes appropriate with young ladies or old ladies for that matter, but you just happen to be a very young one, and I'm pointing that out because the talent that you've exhibited, not just in designing this thing, which the more I look at it, the more things I see and the more I can appreciate it, which I guess is kind of how art's supposed to be in the first place. But the more impressed I am, not just with it, but with you, because you designed that, and I know your whole family, because I saw you all were integrated in putting that thing up there. Very hot, very large-scale mural. Chris got off easy in one respect, but also because yours was ground level, had a whole lot more detail, and but yours was bombastic, and we so appreciate that. And I thought how you integrated the headlamps. We were talking to Commissioner Webb about that, who appreciated that. He said as a coal miner, and integrated that into your mural is brilliant, and such an added, well, tourist attraction, basically. I cannot tell you how many people, I know Commissioner Steckland said the same thing, how many people we've personally walked back there just to see that. And so we appreciate you so much and hope you got really, really comfortable with this, because we hope you can do some more of them. That goes for both of you. So anyway, we've got a lot more to plan, not just with this round, but in future ones. So again, thank you so much, and I can't wait to see what you do with all the rest of your years you've got left. Your challenge coin I glued on this, but it fell off too, so I guess my glue needs to get hotter. But anyway, thank you. Appreciate you both so much. And for both of you that came just for this purpose, we have a relatively short meeting, but I will give you the opportunity to leave so that you don't have to sit through the rest of it, because I know it's dinner time and you might want to go home. If you'd like to, you're more than welcome. Okay, that brings us to item number 3 on the agenda, which is our time for public comments and audience to visitors. Do we have anyone who would like to address the council tonight? Okay, hearing none, I'm going to move on to item number 4, which is our consent agenda, of which we have items A through F tonight. Would anyone from the council like any item A through F removed from the consent agenda and voted upon separately? Would anybody from the audience like any item A through F? I've got a different agenda.
I don't have an F.
You don't have an F?
No. A through E.
Go grab my book off. This must be a previous version. A through E then, items A through E. Would you like any of those items removed? Okay, before we can discuss any of these items or entertain questions of any superintendents that might be here, we would need a motion to pass the consent agenda as presented, please.
I'll make a motion to pass the consent agenda items A through E.
I would second that.
I guess this is the one I grabbed that you gave me, the draft, before we put it. Ah, gosh, dang it. Sure I didn't make any notes on this somewhere. That's all right, I'll keep it. Okay, any discussion or questions on any item A through E? Okay, roll call, please.
Commissioner Patton?
Yay.
Commissioner Barwick?
Yay.
Commissioner Webb?
Yay.
Commissioner Steckland?
Yay.
Mayor Absher?
Yay. All right, item number 5 under new business, Commissioner Barwick.
Yes, I would make a motion to approve invoice number 4369, or correction, 4389 to Cook Sales Incorporated in the amount of $13,934 for an addition to the Marion Animal Control. This is for a portable building for our office. We currently don't really have an office. It's part of the animal shelter, and this is a budgeted item that we had set aside for.
Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
Are there any questions on this?
I would like to add, I did get 2 bids for this, and the second bid started out at a little over $17,000, and then after they found out that we wanted a bid, it went to $21,900. So we're about $7,000 under the next bid.
Okay. Any questions on this? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Patton?
Yay.
Commissioner Barwick?
Yay.
Commissioner Webb?
Yay.
Commissioner Steckland?
Yay.
Mayor Absher?
Yay. Item 5B.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the recommendation of the police chief to hire Colin J. Corlasco as a dispatcher at the probationary 2 rate of $23.08 per hour per the collective bargaining agreement.
Second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Commissioner Patton.
Yay.
Commissioner Barwick.
Yay.
Commissioner Webb.
Yay.
Commissioner Steckman.
Yay.
Mayor Absher.
Yay. Item number 6 under the hub. Chris, I understand you want to discuss some of these items?
Yes, thank you. Good evening, everyone. For the first one, it's unfortunately a resignation of an excellent coordinator who holds a dual coordinator position. So that is effective. I'll talk a little bit about that. Want to recognize her as well. Effective July 21st. She did provide me ample notice, but her resignation has moved up about 3 weeks due to some transition requirements for her in the next step, the next move she makes. She'll be going to graduate school at St. Louis University to obtain her master's degree in social work. So she's going to be pursuing that, and she's performed as a coordinator of both membership and youth departments. I want to say with excellence. It's no small task leading 2 departments. We've got 2 coordinators which do so. Alexis started with us actually in 2015 and 16 as a summer camp counselor, and she returned to us in 2019 as youth coordinator that oversees summer camp, holiday camps, the after-school program, as well as our Child Watch amenity for members. So shortly after she took the membership coordinator position in 2019, she added that to her duties. So through her organization and excellence of leadership, she's brought both departments to a new level, and she's developed managers in each of those. And that's basically over the last 4.5 years or so. It's been our intent to develop a leadership structure throughout the facility that would lend to not only promotional opportunities and promotional placements, but also just development of individuals and stability within each department. And that's what it's done relative to kind of providing a continuum and a leadership that's there at various levels. So that basically represents like B and C, items B and C, as associated with item A. So Ashley Palmer is someone who's been with us for 4.5 years in membership, and Alana Nation's been with us in the youth department for 3 years. So they've been with us learning those aspects of the positions. And instead of a consolidated coordinator position, what I'm recommending, of course, in addition to the resignation approval, is the items B and C. D is associated as well, so B and C, and I do have some budget numbers, ran them by Steve, and as far as the budget goes, they're budget neutral, a little bit of savings, but essentially budget neutral from that consolidated coordinator position that Alexis now holds. So that item B is for membership manager, Ashley Palmer, to move to a full-time exempt position of membership coordinator that's now held by Alexis at the base salary of $40,000 per year. And that's for membership solely. The next step would be to approve the promotion of Alana Nation as youth manager currently to the part-time non-exempt position of youth coordinator. Approximately what we have budgeted is 29 hours per week at the hourly wage of $20 for a base salary of $30,160. So those are the 2 pieces that we have internally. Had an internal candidate for the third one for D, but we're going to be interviewing for that position now. That moved to another city position. So the D is basically internal and external interviews, of which we've done 1 internal interview, and we've got another one coming up this week. So that's the transition recommendation that I have at this time.
I have a question. So prior to this resignation, Alexis did both jobs, the membership job and the youth coordinator job.
That's correct.
And what was her salary?
Her salary is $49,900.
So at $49,900, and we're going to replace her with 2 people, at a salary of 70.
Yes. And then there's additionals if anyone would like those. Yeah, the part-time position has no benefits. So essentially, that second page that you have there, it's reduction of a full-time benefit package. It's the addition of one part-time IMRF contribution position. So we normally would have the three, it's the addition of one, and it's a reduction of a full-time individual. The first page is a summary of where we are at currently, and then the proposed for the base, and then the salaries with taxes and benefits as they're currently budgeted, the benefits are shown in that second column on the summary page.
Chris, is the youth manager position a part-time or full-time position now?
Youth manager is consolidated within, youth manager is part-time. It's part-time 16 hours a week. And in this proposal, she wouldn't have a youth manager. She would be basically the same person assuming the coordinator position on a part-time basis. So there's the offset there.
But Elaine has gone from 16 to 29 hours a week.
That's correct. 16 to 29 hours a week. She's currently at $15 an hour in a youth manager position.
So I'm just curious, does she want a full-time position, or she's got something else that's fulfilling her other hours of the week?
We did not consider full-time because it would have not been budget neutral.
That's not my question. Does she want a full-time job,
she
or
might
settle
consider it.
for this? Yes?
She might consider it, but that's not been actually even discussed.
Okay. Just seems like a weird amount of hours to ask somebody to work in a 29, just...
Yeah, we're discussing today, well, what's the schedule going to be, but, we'll make it work. It's just, we had to maintain, and we knew this kind of could come relative to a dual coordinator position. It's harder to fill a dual coordinator position, and we knew that this day might come, but our intent with mid-year is to keep it budget neutral, and that's the reason for keeping it at part-time basis. And, that level does not have benefits other than the IMRF contribution.
Did you have, I know you said you talked to Steve, did he look over all of these IMRF numbers and the benefit package stuff, to verify
Yes.
that all these assumptions are correct?
He verified that it was correct, and,
Okay.
yeah.
Do you have any more questions?
Are you wanting these separate or together?
Let's just, are you going to read them?
I can if you want.
Can we not read A through D as one motion?
I think so.
Is that all right? Yes? Okay. You want to do it?
Sure. All right, I'd make a motion to accept the resignation of Alexis Williams as Hub Recreation Center Membership and Youth Coordinator effective July 21st, 2021. Also to approve the recommendation of the General Manager to promote Ashley Palmer, Membership Manager, to the full-time exempt position of Membership Coordinator at the base salary of $40,000 per year. Also to approve the recommendation of the General Manager to promote Alana Nation, Youth Manager, to the part-time non-exempt position of Youth Coordinator at the hourly wage of $20 for a base salary of $30,160 per year. And finally, to approve the recommendation of the General Manager to hire a part-time membership assistant at the hourly wage of $15 an hour for a base salary of $22,620 per year.
I'll second.
questions or comments on any of these? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Patton?
Yay.
Commissioner Barwick?
Yay.
Commissioner Webb?
Yay.
Commissioner Steckland?
Yay.
Mayor Absher?
Yay. Thanks, Chris. Item 7A, Brent, let's talk lift stations.
Well, actually, this does have some good news that goes along with it. I didn't prepare this package. Did you guys get the bid tab sheets for this?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Tammy got that to you. Well, we took bids June 30th for rehabilitation on a lift station. And the bids came in pretty close, within 10% of each other. We got some pretty close bids from 5 bidders. To give a little background on this, though, Glenn Clarida approached me last March, about some grant money, some competitive grant money that goes along with infrastructure improvements to facilitate business expansion and things of that nature. So Glenn went to battle for us and ended up getting us a $250,000 grant to do this work. As you can see from the bids, obviously they came in a little higher than that, so we've got a local share that goes along with that. And the way the bids came in, it pretty much matched what our original estimates were to do this. Steve Hell has already borrowed the money and got that in the bank to do the project, because this has been going on for, like I said, for some time. But the $250,000 went a long way to get this done on the $301,000 bid that we got. So I don't know, do you want to read the bids aloud? We opened these up here, like I said, last week with the engineers, and we've got them tabularized here, and we have the low bidder ready to approve tonight.
You can read them if you want. Just be good.
Just the totals?
Yeah, just the vendor and the total, just for public record.
Okay. Can we ask the engineers to kick in the difference here, since they were a little shy?
Yeah, well, those numbers don't match up very well. We had a lot of contingency money on this project, 10% of that $275,000, so we used up some of that here, and it's going to end up costing our share a little bit more, but
Yeah.
with the way pricing's doing right now, it's a bad time to bid projects, I'll tell you that. So everything seems to be inflated and going up, so overall, we're happy with the way this came in. I mean, it's workable.
All right, I'll make a motion to award the bid for the Industrial Park Lift Station to J.M. Jones from Thompsonville, Illinois for $301,150. That estimate came in the low bid. The other ones were Higher Plumbing at $305,150. Kevin Scuda at $313,000, Wiggs Excavating at $325,618, and Mott Excavating at $331,533. So James Jones was the low bid of the 5.
I'll second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Commissioner Patton?
Yay.
Commissioner Barwick?
Yay.
Commissioner Webb?
Yay.
Commissioner Steckland?
Yay.
Mayor Absher?
Yay. Item 8A, we have a application that was the same hearing that we had prior to the, just prior to the council meeting, but we have to pass a resolution supporting the CDBG grant application. And that would be my motion to adopt Resolution 2021-18, Resolution of Support for Community Development Block Grant.
Second that.
Okay, roll call, please.
Commissioner Patton?
Yay.
Commissioner Barwick?
Yay.
Commissioner Webb?
Yay.
Commissioner Steckland?
Yay.
Mayor Absher?
Yay. Commissioner Webb, do you have a report tonight under item 9?
Yeah, just a little bit. The asphalt overlays will begin here in the next 10 days to 2 weeks, so keep in mind of traffic patterns and stuff may change a little bit on that. We're doing things to get prepared for that with drainage, correcting some drainage issues, replacing some pipes. We continue to work on the sidewalk program as well. We've got some crews that's doing some general cleanup around town, so they're doing a good job with that. In the cemetery, we actually had 16 burials in the month of June, and we sold 11 additional lots in June. And with all this rain we're getting, the grass is greening back up, and we're going to be busy mowing and weed eating as well. So that's all I have.
Commissioner Steckland?
Yeah, last 2 weeks, the Water Department reported 4 new service taps, 5 water main breaks, 7 services were updated, and set 1 new hydrant. For the month of June, Marion used 58,901,000 gallons of water for an average of 1.9 million gallons per day. And lastly, I just want to say thank you to everyone that came out and supported the 4th of July festivities, the Knights of Columbus. That's everything from the city. Thanks to the Park District for their help, the Street Department for their help, Fire and Police for their help, the Chamber of Commerce, City Hall. I mean, it's just, it takes a village, and there's so many people that assisted with this, sponsorship-wise, volunteer-wise. The good Lord for the weather we had for those 3 days was probably the best ever. So looking forward to next year. It will be a 3-day celebration again next year, since we still have the weekend to carry it through. So planning has already started, and look forward to it next year as well. So.
Mr. Barwick?
Yes, I have one report here from Animal Control. For the month of June, they had a total of 136 calls, 42 at large dogs, 8 of those were aggressive, 26 lost animals. Total intake for dogs was 22, total intake of cats 55, for a total of 77. They only had 2 adoptions, so I'd like to ask if you're looking for a dog or a cat, maybe take a look at Animal Control and see if they might have what you would like, and maybe get a good animal. Had a total of 382 calls for service at Animal Control. Fire Department had 12 Series 100 calls. They had 9 rescue and EMS calls, 15 hazardous conditions with no fire, 24 service calls, 11 good intent calls, 17 activated alarms, for a total of 88, 18 annual safety inspections. And the Marion Police Department, 22 city ordinance violations, 14 warrant arrests, 314 incidents reported, 170 traffic accidents, and 12 DUIs. There were 4,379 dispatched calls, 2,737 911 calls, and 333 ambulance calls. Marion Police Department Narcotics Unit had 39 arrests, 12 controlled drug purchases of crystal meth, 3 federal indictments, 28.5 grams of crystal ice methamphetamine was seized, 15 grams of cocaine, 6.5 grams of fentanyl, 1 gram of heroin, 49.2 grams of cannabis, 1 search warrant, miscellaneous ammunition was seized, and a total of $14,000 U.S. currency was seized. And that's all I have.
Mr. Patton?
I don't have anything. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, I don't have any report tonight. Anything else to come before the council? Or miscellaneous? Also don't have any topics for closed or executive session tonight. So if there's nothing else to come before the council, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I would second that.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Patton?
Yay.
Commissioner Barwick?
Yay.
Excuse me, Commissioner Webb?
Yay.
Commissioner Steckland?
Yay.
Mayor Absher?
Yay. Thank you all.